And we are live on Zoom. We are live on YouTube. And we are live on the Sevens with Pi Frisbee, Metatron's internet radio station. Thankful and grateful for each and every one of you that is here. We are going to allow a minute or two for our featured speakers to show up. I am Pi Frisbee Metatron, your host with the most. I am thankful and grateful for the lineup that we have here at On the Sevens Broadcast Network. And as we move through the summer, we will be launching 4 new podcasts. Tonight is Mastered Self Astrology with Archangel Elenia. And then next we'll have the next show that we're launching will be Mastered Self Numerology and the Magi cards. And then next it'll be Soul of the Game podcast. And then after that, we'll have Mastered Self Natural Health and Healing, Mastered Self Meditation and Reiki Transmission, and then Mastered Self Human Design. That is the lineup that we are acquiring here at On the Sevens Broadcast Network. And again, we are thankful and we are grateful. Hold on real tight, you guys. So right now, we're going to Archangel Elenia is a few minutes late, which is on time. So right now, I want to talk with Lady Deirdre. Lady D, can you unmute yourself?
I can.
You can't?
Yeah, I can. Hi, hello.
Oh, hey, how you doing? I thought you could.
Yeah.
Hold on, honey. I got to get this. So, uh, how, okay, oh, here she is. Hold that thought.
Woo child.
Woo child. Woo child, 5 minutes is no big deal. It's no big deal.
Okay.
It's no big deal. I was just about to talk to Lady D about her uh, archetype report. Did anybody else get an archetype report? Remember Ryan mentioned that to y'all. I'm not putting nobody on the spot. It's okay because the message may have gotten misconstrued. We didn't want you to go online and get some generic horse shit that you was gonna get. Uh, uh, we were promoting our archetype report, and I just want you to open up your mic real quick. I want to ask you a couple of questions about it, Lady D, because you did pull one offline, and then I sent you one. And watch out now. Oh shit. Hey.
What you talking about?
Hey, now watch it. God, gonna make me get up and dance a little bit over here. No, but for real, for real. You actually pulled an archetype report online from somewhere, correct?
That was so funny because I was over here laughing in my quietness when you said pull some horse shit.
So I, I wanted you to talk about this because you know, on the report, it said one thing, but you know, I'm telling you, yeah, that archetype report said you was a dirty old man. I mean, a wise man, wise old man.
Let me see if I can find it. I can somewhat find, I think, because I sent it to you, so maybe I can.
It's probably in our thread, in our
Yeah. Give me a
so
sec.
let me look back. Let
Oh,
me
there
go.
it is.
Okay, so read what that thing told you.
It said 73% your self archetype, the wise old man, stoic and contemplative, wise but in no hurry.
Okay, that's enough. We don't even have to read no more of that nonsense. Okay, so you got about a paragraph, correct? In the one you got online.
Yes.
Okay, now the one I just sent you. Let's talk about that
It's so different from this.
one.
It is, and it's everything. It's building, it's informing, it's reminding, it's illuminating, it's the shit. It's the ish.
Hey, I own the platform. You can cuss on my platform. I don't care. You can cuss on my platform.
Oh yeah, it's actually, and it's delicious. That's another word I want to add to it because
I
it's,
like delicious.
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, it's good. It's so good. I don't know. I don't know what.
We'll you and I we will go over that probably tomorrow. Uh, I have a feeling both Archangel and myself we're gonna be flat out after today's broadcast because today is a show enough
Nice.
uh, broadcast. We got the end of some shit and the beginning of some shit and the exposure of some shit and no more cover-ups, no more uh 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 folks ain't gonna be able to act brand new no more. You ain't gonna be able to be naive no more.
You know.
It really is um a super month. June 2026 is a super month. It's not an easy month. Don't get it twisted. However, if you are serious about your business, and if you Don't give a fuck, DGAF, about outside validation. June 2026 is going to be a month that you will be able to look back on years from now and say, this is when I finally fucking got it right. This month right here.
Inspiring.
So we are back and we are live. This is on the Sevens Mastered Self Astrology with Archangel Elania Williams. I am Pifers Beat Metatron, your host with the most, and today is a very good day to be me. You know, every day is a great day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this, and I guarantee you this. Should you make that mantra a part of your daily rituals and go about doing the things that motivates and inspires you to do, your life too will get better exponentially each and every day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're just gonna jump right into it. June 2026, Master Self, Zodiac Natives, Universal Soul Vibrations. June 2026, the month of abundance and structural revelation. June 2026 arrives like a slow rolling dump, not rushing, not forcing, simply revealing what has always been waiting beneath the surface. This is the month where abundance stops being a concept and becomes a structure. This is the month where revelation stops being symbolic and becomes architectural. June 2026 is not a soft month. It is not a gentle month. It is a precise month, a surgical month, a truth bearing month. It is the month where the universe says, you may no longer build on anything that cannot hold your frequency. June 2026 opens under the universal month number 16-7, the vibration of structural revelation, ego disillusion, and spiritual clarity. The 1 tests your self-command. The 6 tests your responsibility. The 7 tests your alignment with truth. Together, they form the cosmic tower inspection, the moment where the scaffolding of your life is examined for integrity. Anything built on fear, avoidance, or outdated identity begins to crack. Anything built on truth, devotion, and alignment begins to rise. June 2026 is not punishing. June 2026 is revealing. June 2026 is abundant because it is honest. This month does not give abundance as a gift. It gives abundance as a mirror. It shows you where your structure can hold more and where your structure collapses under the weight of its own illusion. Abundance is not the overflow. Abundance is the capacity. June 2026 increases your capacity by removing what weakens it. This is the paradox of the 16-7 field. Revelation is the doorway to expansion. Correction is the doorway to abundance. Truth is the doorway to power. June 2026 begins by illuminating the architecture of your choices. You see what you have built consciously and what you have built unconsciously. You see the patterns you inherited and the patterns you created. You see the structures that support your soul's journey and the structures that sabotage it. Nothing hides in June 2026. Nothing escapes the light. The month itself behaves like a cosmic audit, not to punish, not to shame, albeit to align. June 2026 is the month where the universe says, you are ready for more. And because you are ready for more, I must show you what cannot go with you. And yet, beneath this revelation, June 2026 carries a second frequency, the frequency of abundance, the frequency of expansion, the frequency of increase, not the abundance of fantasy. No, we are talking about the abundance of alignment, not the expansion of ego. No, we are talking about the expansion of purpose. June 2026 is the month where the doors that were locked begin to open, not because you forced them, only because you finally match the frequency of what is behind them. June 2026 is the month where the opportunities that were delayed begin to move, not because the world changed, it is because you changed. The abundance of June 2026 is not scattered, it is targeted. It flows toward the structures that are true, the relationships that are aligned, the work that is authentic, and the identity that is real. June 2026 does not reward the mask. June 2026 rewards the essence. June 2026 does not amplify the illusion. June 2026 amplifies your soul. This is why the month feels both expansive and corrective. This is why the month feels both generous and uncompromising. June 2026 is the month where the universe says, I will give you everything that is yours, and I will take away everything that is not. As the month unfolds, you will feel the shift in your internal architecture. You will feel the mind shedding old narratives. You will feel your heart releasing old attachments. You will feel your body grounding into new stability. You will feel your soul expanding into new territory. June 2026 is not a month of chaos. June 2026 is a month of reconfiguration. The pieces of your life rearrange themselves into a pattern that finally makes sense. The path that was foggy becomes clear. The decisions that were heavy become simple. The direction that was uncertain becomes undeniable. June teaches you that abundance is not something you chase. Abundance is something you become. Abundance is the natural consequence of structural truth. When your structure is aligned, abundance flows. When your structure is distorted, abundance leaks. June 2026 seals the leaks. June 2026 strengthens the beams. June 2026 reinforces the foundation. June 2026 prepares you for the next level of your life by ensuring that the next level of your life can actually hold you. This is the month where you stop negotiating with your old self. This is the month where you stop shrinking to fit expired environments. This is the month where you stop apologizing for your frequency. June 2026 is the month where you step into the architecture of your soul's journey with clarity, authority, and devotion. June 2026 is the month where we all rise. So as we enter this month of abundance and structural revelation, breathe deeply, stand tall, walk with intention, let old structures fall, let the new structures rise, let the truth reveal itself. Let abundance find you. June 2026 is not here to test you. June 2026 is here to prepare you. June 2026 is not here to break you. June 2026 is here to build you. June 2026 is not here to limit you. June 2026 is here to expand you. June speaks one message: stand in your truth, and everything aligned with your truth will stand with you. Yeah, that's the soul. Archangel, do you have some opening comments you'd like to give, or do you want to run straight to the meat of the lesson? It's up to you.
First of all, good shit with the entry. Good shit. Yeah, this definitely is a month, just starting off with Mercury going into Cancer day 1 of June. Being perceptive, being clear is going to be your best friend throughout this month. Because a lot of decisions will come up that have to be made, especially with the month ending off with the retrograde. So just coming into this month, it's like we want to keep open. We want to keep an open mind. Not just because we want to receive something quote unquote good, but it's more like that mirror, that reflection with the Gemini is you see in both sides of yourself. Like you were saying, like the parts of you that we create and the parts of us that we inherited, and we get to make a choice. Gemini is all about the choices we made. We got so many decisions that we can choose, what storyline we want to choose. So yeah, June is going to be very much a month of abundance, but we get to choose. We're choosing. We're choosing. So that's very important.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Ryan, you got anything you'd like to chime in with, brother?
No, man, I think it was right on point, man. I think clarity is important. Clarity and abundance go together for sure when you're talking about invoking energy. So I think y'all right on point.
Absolutely. All right. All right. All right. All right. This broadcast and this section of the broadcast is sponsored by Jolynn Herbert, author of Jolynn's Written Expressions. Jolynn Herbert is a licensed social worker with over 20 years of experience, a Mary Kay beauty consultant, and a motivational speaker. Her work includes poetry and memoirs that explore healing and transformation. She serves as a feature author and associate editor of Indie Incognito magazine and advocates for civil rights and adult mental health. Her voice uplifts communities and inspires growth across every corridor of our network as her stories continue to empower readers and listeners everywhere today. To get in contact with Jolynn, shoot your boy an email and I will make that connection happen. All right. All right. We're going to jump into the nuts and bolts and nitty gritty of the month. And we want to start by talking about the 6 ingresses for this month of June 2026. As Archangel briefly mentioned on yesterday, Mercury entered Cancer. Mercury enters Cancer and shifts the collective mind into intuitive perception and emotional intelligence. Communication becomes protective, nurturing, and guided by memory rather than logic. The month opens with a call to speak from truth rather than performance. Oh, that's why folks got cussed out yesterday instead of my regular smile, and they got cussed the fuck out yesterday. Yeah, that is the soul, Archangel, that's bounced back and forth with the science.
That's so
Y'all
funny.
can already tell I'm feeling myself today.
Yeah, as you should.
I'm feeling it. So
As
let's
you
just
should.
go.
Yes, definitely. Mercury shifted into Cancer is giving us the emotional charge we need, the intuitive reflectiveness that we need. It is going to again retrograde at the end of the month, but I always see Mercury ingress into Cancer because it is a cardinal sign. It is also a water sign. This gives us the opportunity to kind of look at our mental processes and messaging or communication styles and see, like, am I repeating past behavior? Or am I speaking in a way where I'm moving myself closer and my manifestation or desired reality closer to me? Are we meeting each other? Are we aligning with each other? Or am I off course? So Mercury retrograde is a great time to initiate new ways to think and feel about things how the way you want to. And again, that's getting back into that realignment, that having that balance of being one with your mind going in the same direction as your voice going in the same direction, and your actions are going in one direction. So because Cancer is a cardinal sign, thereby the initiation, it is going to eventually square off with Saturn first. So this is where we have that little reality check where you're gonna get chin checked if you're in alignment or not. And you're gonna have to be real honest about your feelings in regards to something. You can't scapegoat superficiality here. I know Gemini is a light-hearted season, but Cancer is intuitively deep. So whatever you're communicating, if it's really not aligned in your heart of hearts sincerely, it will show, and you will have to be checked with that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either, because if you are 100% not completely aligned with something and you feel differently about it, even though it might be a desired reality, you still want to listen to intuitively what you're being guided to do, because something might look good, it could feel good for the moment, but if your divine soul urge is not in that direction, you want to listen to that and allow your reality, that square, to happen, which can cause internal conflict, which is causing you to question what your focus is, what you're truly aligning to, if it's really for you or if it's not for you. So that's one thing I do like about the Cancerian energy, is it does force us to tap into our intuitive gifts a lot more. So start using those gifts a little bit more if you haven't.
Thank you. Thank you. Ilya, I wanted to get you, did you have anything you want to say before you clock back into work? I appreciate you having your lunch break with us, and I want you to open up your mic and say, if you got a few words you can share with us, please. Unmute yourself. Oh, there you go.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm coming back from my lunch break, so I'm gonna listen though. I still want to hear what you guys have to say, but I won't be able to have the phone up. I'm just gonna sit
That's
it down
okay.
on my desk and listen.
Set it down and listen. Did Alicia get in contact with you for your project?
Yeah, she emailed me. We'll be talking Friday.
Good deal. Good deal. All righty. I'm
So
glad.
I am here. I will be listening and learning.
I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you taking me to work with you. Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you much. Thank you much. Thank you much. All right. Next up, we got on June 13th, Venus will enter Leo. Venus enters Leo and ignites the heart with expressive radiance and sovereign desire. Relationships seek authenticity, devotion, and creative fire. The collective field turns towards visibility, confidence, and unapologetic self-value. That's the soul. Kick it on in for us, Archangel, with the sign.
Yes, yes. With Venus entering Leo, first it's going to hit the opposition of Pluto. So again, with the like what, I didn't know, and it's like, yeah, she about to find out. So collectively, I do see this as being some type of celebrity love story. That's gonna be kind of like used to serenade the public or get people to fall asleep, quote unquote, but following a narrative to enrich people into a certain type of relationship dynamic. With the opposition of Pluto, it's going to force it to be more real. It's going to force it to be more palatable. I do see a lot of people being more grounded in their approach to mass media now compared to how it was before, which is great. But this Venus in Leo shift is going to happen after the conjunction, which we will get into with Jupiter. But this Venus in Leo is going to give us an opportunity because it's not going to conjunct Jupiter in Leo, but it will give us an opportunity with the opposition to Aquarius to be real about how we show up in our relationships specifically, because Leo is more of it's one of the first six, so it is about how we connect with our own personal power. But the opposition with Aquarius off the bat is like, okay, how can I, again, give this to others? How can I share my own magnetic powers with the environment around me in relationships one-on-one with around me? How can I share the magnetism of my heart space, my true soul like energy? How can I share that in ways where I'm able to relate to not only myself, the divine part of me, but also those who are also in search of the same things, those like-minded individuals, those people who also want to tap into the same energy. And you'll keeping that in mind, like looking for your tribe, looking for those who align with you, even if it's just something as simple as a food spot or certain tools or something you're looking for with shopping, because Venus is really good on Fridays to go shopping on that day. So you might end up finding a lot of opportunities where things just pop out to you and it's coming from your own heart frequency. So when you do see those moments, you do want to take care to pay attention to it, because your higher self and you are communicating. And if it's something that you're looking for, and especially when it comes to relationships or being more polished in some area of your life, Venus and Leo is going to hand it to you. With the opposition to Pluto offset first, is like, not only is it going to come to you, but it's going to come to you in a way that you recognize, like, okay, this is something higher than just the physicalness. This is something that's beyond something I can't see. Those opposite sides are coming together and saying, hey, here you go. Not only did your soul require it, but you also spoke it into existence. So here you go. And that can happen in more ways than one. Because Venus is about all relationships, not just the romantic ones, not just the friendship ones, not just the ones you like. It's all relationships. So that's where we want to keep a keen eye on, is it's in all relationships. But yes, with Mercury and Venus both transitioning into a new sign, we use both of those when it comes to business as well. Mercury is our communication and commerce, and Venus is those one-on-one relationships that we build rapport with to continue to have that income that we desire. So this is a good time for you to not only be intuitive to what a business or a colleague or a coworker might need, or even a customer might need, but Venus is also giving you the ability to wow somebody, the ability to finesse or use your charisma that comes straight from your heart to also, with that Mercury intuitiveness, to guide them into a deal or a possibility of a new project that you might want to work on moving forward. And if you're only working on something that's a personal project, this will also be a good time to channel higher energies or entities according to the most divine aligned with whatever project or creation you want to make, whether that's art, a product itself that you want to sell, or guiding you in a direction where you want to open yourself up to a new market. It will be a good time for that.
Yes, just still go right ahead.
I just have a question. Can you speak a little bit to the fact that I have my moon and north node 1 degree in Leo in the 3rd house?
Okay.
That would be a really good time to start advertising and getting my business together, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely will be a
Okay.
good time for that.
Okay.
Because Mercury will be 12th house to that aspect, you always trust in the unseen realm to guide you in how you do it the best. And if you are, something is also telling me to let you know to call on specific ancestors who are most skilled in what it is you're trying to create, so that they're able to channel that energy with you while as you create, as you write it, as you manifest it. Because they're here to assist you. Keep calling on them, ask them to intervene on your behalf. And that will definitely help you get it there, especially with Jupiter coming across your North Node very soon. So this is a great opportunity to channel a whole lot of creative energy. So even if you can't physically do every single little thing, at least document it somewhere where you can work on and get it in and out like hotcakes. Like just use all that creativity you got to go where you're supposed to be going, because your spirit team is backing you. Just continue to whenever you get to a dry spell or a rough patch with the Pluto being on your South Node, just request that that spirit that knows what you need the most. So whatever crossroads you at now, call in whoever's the most skilled at what you're trying to do, and they'll help you.
I just want to confirm, I have the biggest smile on my face. I was listening to one of those tarot readers on YouTube, and my grandmother came through in one of the readings, and she was talking to me loud and clear. So today that you're saying this, one of my top cards is the Seven of Clubs, and my grandmother is the Seven of Clubs, and she's been like coming through with little signs all day. So the fact that you're saying this to me, I'm just like, I got the biggest smile on my face, and I am in a transitioning period, and I'm just like right now, I have nothing but time, so I've just been creating and creating. And believe it or not, like where I was stuck like 6 months ago, like everything is just like moving forward. There's like no closed doors. It's like I can't make a mistake right now. So it's just like you just confirmed everything. So thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you both. Thank you both. All right. All right. Next one up, June 19th. Chiron enters Taurus. Chiron enters Taurus and exposes wounds connected to safety, stability, and self-worth. Healing becomes embodied, slow, and grounded in practical truth. The collective learns to rebuild value from the inside out. That's the soul. Take it away, Archangel.
You're so funny. Chiron is going to be in Taurus up until September when in retrograde. So this is all about us allowing the maturity of seeing ourselves grow authentically, growing our money, growing our, I have it here, possessions, and not in like a egotistic way, but like learning how to be comfortable with managing what you already have, being grateful for what you already have. It's definitely giving me Five of Pentacles, but it's like the first thing that I think of is like all those times where we may not have felt like, oh, I'm not there yet, or I still got to get this in order, or well, maybe I can't make that step yet. Chiron and Taurus is going to remind you that you don't need to be anywhere other than where you are right now. And then the pain that have came attached to those moments from the past are supposed to come to surface so you can make peace with them and deal with them, so they become a part of your armor instead of a gaping wound that you may have. In Taurus is about the senses. So our highest senses are going to be, of course, attuned, but you may be remembering why you may have turned off your clairvoyance, why you may have turned off your clairaudience, why you may have turned off your ability to see in your dreams, your ability to travel, and realize that those are greater gifts that were given to us so that we are able to sustain ourselves. And a lot of that, of course, comes from inherited trauma from other people telling us what's right and what's wrong from a religious standpoint. But Chiron and Taurus is definitely going to reinvigorate our desire to grow in multiple ways. And that could be growing your bank account, that could be physically growing food, growing a deeper attachment to the earth and what she has in store for us. But ultimately developing strong self-respect for what spirit has made already before we even popped out our mamas. Like this, it was already written, it was already here. You were already ready the moment you decided, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Earth and see what's up again. Like that's when your worth was initiated. It didn't come with hard work. It didn't come with begging for money. It didn't come from slaving for a job. It didn't come from, working yourself to the bone. It comes from just knowing that that's who you are and that's what you are and nothing more. And when we live in a day and age where everyone is so focused on the economy tanking and are we going to be able to do this? Are we going to be able to do that? We're going to have those moments where spirit is going to crank up the heat on those wounds of worth and respect and say, hey, did you forget you're an electromagnetic being that you can have anything you want and it's whatever you say it is? Like we're going to have those moments where we're going to have to start respecting the spirit we came here with and start utilizing it to our benefit by any means necessary.
Absolutely. Yes, Justel, go right ahead.
I just want to confirm that today I literally declared and decreed that I was going to stop making myself small to make other people comfortable. I just literally had that conversation today.
I love that. I love that. I love that. It is always important for each of us that we never, at least from this moment forward, don't lose yourself for the sake of any relationship. Intimate, interpersonal, vocational, familial. From this moment forward, do not lose yourself just to keep that thing together. Y'all feel me what I'm saying? Don't lose yourself for the sake of, oh, that's my friend. What? Don't lose yourself for the sake of, oh, that's my woman, or oh, we're in a relationship. Is it we? You sure it's a we that's in the relationship? Yes, Ryan, go right ahead, brother.
With this period, what's on my spirit right now, with this lineup that we have right now, a couple things come to mind. Number one, with that most recent one in Taurus, sometimes your solutions might be material expansion. And we have so much Gemini energy right now in this cycle that it's okay to have practical dexterity. It's okay to have practical diversification. So if there's anything that you've been wanting to add to your plate, but it's some fear or it's energy, if you categorize why you aren't pushing, if you categorize why you aren't diversifying, if you categorize why you keep having stuff on your list you're going to get to in a minute, and sometimes what that is being called from you. It isn't being called for you to do to be fearful about it. It isn't being called for you to do it to be lazy about it. It isn't called for you to do it to put it off. The reason you have that thing sitting on to the side that you say you're going to add to your mix, whatever that is, like perfect example, Justel might want to put her business out, and it might be another way of marketing right now that she wants to do, and she's like, I'll get to that. In this period, actually get to it. Don't let either fear, laziness, or energy. Those are the excuses we use, or we stretch out our agenda. Don't stretch out your agenda. Oh, I'm gonna break it down in baby steps and I'm gonna do it on this day. No, if it's in you and the time is there to do it, this is the time to experiment. This is a good time to network. This is a good time to play with your dexterity. This is a good time to, if you have some issues that a material push will solve, make the push, because the energies are available to you. This is the time to experiment as well. This is a great time to experiment. This is a great time to bump up your timelines as well, because everything's moving faster. Do me a favor, everybody, type a 1 in the chat or a 0 and keep it real with us if things aren't moving faster now. Just if life feels faster, type a 1 in the chat. If it doesn't feel faster, type a 0 in the chat. But for me, what I'm experiencing is things are moving faster. So if you feel like you don't have it in you, you actually do because it was called upon you to do it. So like, let's use Justel. If she says, hey, I want to up my Instagram page for my business. And when she thinks about doing that, or when she walks towards the computer or pull up her phone, your subconscious or one of your archetypes that is blocking you might say, oh, I'm tired, or you start yawning, or you might notice yourself selling yourself on not doing it, or you might notice yourself using organization as a procrastination cloak to say, oh, well, I'll organize it out. If you was already moving that direction, keep moving, because this is the period where it's in your favor to drive fast, so to speak. So to speak, you can drive fast this period. You can take different routes this period. You can add something to your plate, and you can increase your timelines this period for your material desire.
Thank you for that, Ryan. All right. Number 4, we got June 21st. The sun enters Cancer. The sun enters Cancer and opens a season of emotional renewal, ancestral awareness, and inner realignment. The light turns inward and reveals what the heart has carried in silence. The solstice gateway strengthens intuition and restores spiritual protection. Yeah. We're gonna have a special broadcast transmission on the summer solstice. Yeah, that's the soul. Come on with it, Archangel.
Yeah, I'm basically picking up the same thing. Trust your intuitive guidance. It's going to be illuminated. Because the nodes will still be in Virgo and Pisces at this time. So the trine with the sun and the north node is going to be an easy gateway if you know how to travel from this world to meet other people in other worlds. If you're deeply in tune with your dreams, pay attention to your dreams coming into this Cancer season. You can pick up a lot of messages, especially if you're really good at being aware in your dreams, being consciously aware in your dreams. You can also request a good time to request answers from your spiritual team in your dream state if you're really good at remembering your dreams. A good for memory recall would be like amethyst, having rosemary as well in your pillowcase. Mugwort is a good one. As far as a tea form for you to drink, blue lotus, things of that nature will help put you in an open state spiritually for you to make it easier for you to receive those in the download because you'll be more relaxed. Yeah, that's what I got.
Lady D, you had raised your hand. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to ask Mark to repeat what you said before Archangel said what she said. That was all.
Okay. The sun enters Cancer and opens a season of emotional renewal, ancestral awareness, and inner realignment. The light turns inward and reveals what the heart has carried in silence. The solstice gateway strengthens intuition and restores spiritual protection.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. On to number 5, June 28th, Mars enters Gemini. Mars entering Gemini and accelerates movement, ideas, and multi-directional action. The collective becomes mentally sharp, verbally assertive, and strategically adaptive. Energy disperses quickly and requires conscious direction to avoid fragmentation. Go ahead, Archangel.
The first thing I put down is light, quick actions. Watch your spells. Watch your spell work. Watch the words you use, how you use them, when you use them, the time of day you using them, what you write, how you write it, who you're channeling, what you're listening to, because whatever media got going on in the subconscious, it picks it up and it comes out through the conscious mind. So be aware, be intentional, be aware. With Mars going into Gemini, it is going to conjunct Uranus, which is trining with Pluto and Aquarius. So this will give us a lot of different opportunities to expand in our communities, who we want to work with, who we can work with. This will be a good opportunity to also broaden your vision of what it can actually be and how far your dream or your manifestation can really reach, who it can actually reach as well. If you're looking to create a community or create a bigger audience, this will be a good time to put in that work. Okay, yeah, Venus, Mars, and Saturn, Gemini. Oh, yeah. This is a lit up month for you with Venus and Mars. I always see Venus and Mars being in the same sign as us people who have a hard time with interdependence or asking for help, because you basically have the feminine and the masculine already in the same sign and they work well together. But with Mars coming in here in that Uranus conjunction, it's like, I want to be careful with the B word, the B-O-M-B words, but there is going to be some sort of explosion. Your mind will be blown. Okay. Now you can blow your own mind and realize how genius you actually are by throwing things and seeing what sticks, or your mind will be blown by someone showing you that you actually have the ability to blow your own mind and see what sticks. Either way it go, you're going to be pushed in the direction you are meant to go. And with that conjunction, it's like a revelation or like an illumination, because it always gives me the Tower card. Mars rules the Tower card, 16, where it's like, oh, I used to do things this way, but now that view is no longer blocking my vision, I can see new things. I see new opportunities. There's a new way I can think about going about the situation. There's a new group of people or a new platform or a new something that I can start using or utilizing. And this is where we segue into the retrograde, because it's now less review. It's like, as soon as you get that boom, it's like, all right, now let's dig, let's come up with this map, like the master plan of it all, because we've already situated things to be a certain way. And we're getting to a point coming to the Mars Gemini in this conjunction. It's like, okay, this isn't working. Like in Mars Gemini, you can have so many ideas, so many things coming to you that you want to try, and you might be trying to start all these little fires at the same time as well. And then Uranus, that conjunction comes, and just like, you know what? I could just do this. Let me go back and see like how I can actually position this or mold this into the way that is being designed and downloaded to me to be able to do it. So yeah, it's good times. Good times.
Good times indeed. Thank you, Archangel. Yes,
Can I
Phil.
just share something?
Yes, you can.
I had a website that's been just sitting and just dormant for like ever. And then like literally like I purchased a domain name on the 18th, which is an Ace of Diamond day, a month after my birthday. And anyway, long story short, I have made more progress on this website than I've made in like 5 years. So I just want to say, like, yeah, so that
Absolutely.
is hilarious.
Absolutely. Look, something funny. Uh, a lot of y'all know the depth of the project that I'm undertaking with having my website transformed and all of that. And since the full moon over the weekend, something clicked inside of me and said, hey, brother, yeah, get to work, man, get your ass to work. So yeah, I've done more since the full moon than I did the prior 28 days. And I'm just being honest. Anybody else? All right. All right. And then the last one we want to talk about is June 30th. Jupiter enters Leo. Ooh, the two bad boys together, bad ones together. Expansion and look at me. Yeah, Jupiter enters Leo and expands creativity, leadership, and personal radiance. The collective receives a surge of confidence, visibility, and soul journey level opportunities. Let me repeat that. Soul journey altering. I left off a word, opportunities. This ingress marks the beginning of a new cycle of expressive abundance. Go ahead now, Archangel. Talk to us.
All right. So Jupiter transitioning into Leo. Anytime these Jupiter ingresses happen, I always go back 12 years and see what it was looking like, what it was hitting for. Okay. So but Jupiter entering Leo right now with the opposition to Pluto. I wrote down here a terror link to celebrity culture or a celebrity cult. So exposure, number one. But when you first said about Jupiter and Leo, the first thing I got was every time I think about Sag is always encouraging Leo energy to like do it. Like, you know, you want to do it, just go to do it. So it's like Jupiter is expanding that. It is kind of like a look at me factor, but again, with Leo in opposition to Aquarius, like, yeah, look at me, but I'm showing the world something. I'm giving.
Yes.
You gotta give. So yeah, this is a great year ahead for us to think about what is it that we can generate and create from our own sacred space that we will want to share with the world. How can we find those? And then Venus and Leo is going to be supporting of this as well, even though they won't conjunct. But it's like we get an opportunity for a whole year to really focus on the feeling of expanding in our own beauty, the things that we like about ourselves. And that's the thing that people dislike very much about Leo placements, is that we naturally have a way of honoring the beauty that we hold with ourselves and letting that be a light or a beacon for other people to experience the same thing within themselves, should they be wanting or willing to do that without fear, without worrying about who's watching, and not really giving a fuck about what's popular and what's not popular. Just genuinely loving yourself. And I feel like at this time of the year, or not even time of year, just this time in history is going to be more, if it should always be more emphasis on love. More emphasis on paying attention to love. Not just the love that we quote unquote give through physical action, but establishing the notion, or with Jupiter, the philosophical idea that love exists in anywhere in all forms. And we're always interacting with it as well. So it's not limited. Don't limit the idea of what love could be or where it could come from or how it can exist in our own lives, because it's always there, it's always available, and it's always able to be spoken to, through, with, however you want to utilize it. Just know that our higher consciousness is always here. It's always here. So if we are looking for more self-love, if we are looking for more creative self-expression, this will be a great time to dig in that bag for this whole year ahead, and get real creative with yourself. Even if it's just by yourself, that's great. But Leo rules being able to see the arts being done. It is about performance. So not performance for just the sake of being seen, but performance in a way where spirit is guiding you to get it out and express from a place of deep authenticity. So, yeah.
Lady D first and then Ryan.
Okay. Yeah. I want to put the camera on this time. So everything that you just said, Archangel, today, but days prior, but today when I was in the water, I had a conversation in here and I was dancing around and I was doing what I do, and my energy just got big. And I heard a voice say, "You're showing off." And I dealt with that thought and I was like, no, I'm just being me. And and if even if it appears that way because of my genuineness and me being me and the comments that I get back, even though I don't need any of the comments, although sometimes they really bless me and it reminds me of what is actually taking place. So I literally had what you were saying, that conversation, and then I became even more cool with it. And it's almost like I stood up within myself and put my head up and shit like a peacock.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was so nice. Nicely said. Thank you.
Before Ryan chimes in, I want to tell you something, Lady D, and I want you to carry this with you. Muhammad Ali was asked this one time before a fight, and it was from some short, insignificant, non-mattering motherfucker. Asked him a question similar to what someone said to you, or that voice you heard talking about you're showing off, talking about asking Muhammad Ali, why are you always bragging? And it's the same thing. I want you to get this essence of what he said to this insignificant little shit that asked him that. He looked him straight in the eye, Lady D, and he said, it's not bragging when you back that shit up. You feel me? You feel, unmute yourself, unmute yourself, unmute it, yes.
Oh, I said bravo. I love that. It is what it is. And I'm just being, like you always say, I was totally being authentically me.
Yes.
And not only that, when I'm doing it, other people are getting blessed, right? They say things to me, but it's blessing me. It's helping me to actually experience a liberty within myself that I haven't experienced in a long time, but also knowing that that is, no matter how I express it, whatever that is, it abides in me. Oh,
Yes.
I was explaining that to you another
Yes.
day. It's like a tree that
Yes.
has blossoms and shit on this. Like, hey, I want to do this. Let's do this. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
Let's do this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's everything you all are saying, and I'm actually way more present in this podcast than I have been, and I'm like eating it up. You all, everybody, thank you so much. So many gems are just coming.
You're welcome.
Bam.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Ryan. You had put your hand up, brother.
Yeah, I think this is a great period. I want to give like something with that period we're talking about. So when you got Leo and Jupiter coming together, that's a beautiful, honorable, regal courage. That's in a practical sense. Whatever type of material that you consume, include some material that specifically talks about confidence, specifically talks about putting out your message in a confident way. Anybody that gives you courage, any material that gives you courage, any material that gives you confidence, any material or any people around you that embrace your vision for expansion, make sure you spend more time around those people or consuming their information. This is not just expansion. This is a non-ego based courage. I don't know if you've ever been around a Leo male where he's cool and he's tough, but he just lost a fight. But you wouldn't know. They have marks on his face and everything because it's not an ego. It's a regal honorable courage in self and what you're about to do. And then in Jupiter, it's expansion. So on a practical level, if anybody you know encourages your vision, I'm not talking about a pacifying encouraging. I'm talking about an honorable confidence. When I talk to Mark about what we're doing on the sevens, that's an honorable confidence I'm giving him. I'm not pacifying him.
Mm-mm.
So that period right there, make sure you aren't being around any pacifiers. Make sure you're around people and things and material that give you courage and walk in your confidence. I love what Lady D did. Lady D just epitomized what Leo and Jupiter feels and bees like. She just talked about it in that moment right there. And that's what you
Absolutely.
want to take with you and be expansive. And again, because everything's moving fast anyway, because of the period that we're in, don't be afraid to try new things with confidence. Don't be afraid to stretch out and grow your tentacles, but with a practical structure. And you will see expansion.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Deirdre.
Thank you for that, Ryan. Thank you. I also want to say this because I don't know, it might help. It's helping me. Before, I used to roller skate. That was my life. That was my expression in the time. And but every time I roller skated, I definitely had me a joint. Right? I was definitely high. So people knew me, but I didn't know anyone. Right? So now it's different because that high allowed me to be in a place of escape where I didn't have to interact with people. I just did my own thing. This season, it's allowing me, it's opening a door for me to have the interaction. And it's just big for me, and I'm meeting people, and I am always alone. That's how I usually live. This is giving me a door or doors to open up and talk to people and meet people, meet different personalities. And yesterday I was talking with this young lady, and she said, I was wondering how you do that, and you don't care about what people think. That was so liberating for me. I actually said, thank you for asking that question because it made me go inside and see how I do that. And I don't care. I liberated myself when I first got there because I was getting so many strange looks, and it bothered me. So I had to go home and go deep. And when I came back, I was in my deep. Hey, I was in my deep. What do y'all do? And so I just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Mark, you're muted.
Yeah, okay.
I was muted. Damn, how did that happen? Okay, I said we do have a few more planetary movements and aspects that we wanted to get to. June 9th, Venus conjuncts Jupiter at 25 degrees. Venus joins Jupiter at 25 degrees and opens a rare gateway of expansion, radiance, and creative increase. This conjunction amplifies desire, confidence, and the magnetic force of self-value, creating a field where love, resources, and opportunity rise together. The heart steps into a larger arena and receives a surge of expressive power that cannot remain hidden. Jupiter magnifies every Venusian impulse, revealing the truth of what you want and the truth of what you are ready to claim. This alignment becomes the month's first peak of abundance and sets the tone for a cycle of elevated visibility. The conjunction point at 25 degrees becomes a future activation zone, preparing the field for Mercury's retrograde on the 29th. When Mercury crosses this same degree, The mind revisits what the heart awakens and integrates the deeper meaning of this expansion. June 9th marks the opening. June 29th seals the inner standing. What you got, Archangel?
Yeah. This Venus-Jupiter conjunction will be the second time that they meet in Cancer. They won't meet with Leo because Venus retrogrades in October. So this is a second opportunity. The first one happened last year in August, I believe, between July and August. And one thing I noticed, I think I brought it up before, but someone on a forum, I think on Facebook, commented like, Jupiter Cancer is supposed to be bringing good things, but I haven't got nothing yet. And again, Cancer is a cardinal energy, so it's asking you to initiate yourself into a new way of feeling in order for you to receive anything. And Cancer is that energy where it is a representative of the past and reflecting on the past. But when you initiate yourself into something, you're going into something new. You're using the past to support you through that newness, but it's not using the past as a shield to block you into your newness. So this second time is giving us a rare expansion of love, relationship, support, nurturing, emotional abundance. And this conjunction is also, again, asking us to take a risk wherever we have Cancer sitting in our chart. Take a risk here. It's in Cancer, even though we all associate Leo with love, but I feel like Leo is more like love in action, and Cancer is the sincerity of actually feeling that love before we put it into action, because now it's grounded within our bodies. You know, water and memory, all that stuff just conjoins together. So again, this energy is reminding me of that Lover's card where we have a sacred spirit initiating the union of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within us to create that sacred union, to be guided by a higher force, whether it be a specialized ancestor or what we may call an angelic presence or divine intelligence. It's not just two energies necessarily meeting, it's a creation of a force, a merge that is being created. The two, the one and the two and the three that manifest. And with that Mercury point in Cancer, eventually where it will retrograde, it's acting us as a guide again to go back and look at, you know, what lessons have we learned that prepared us already for this initiation? What have we already gone through and been through, even most recently, that has prepared us for this new path that's in front of us when it comes to how we in tune or intuit or have our emotional intelligence or our nurturing communication used within us and with around others. And the message is not so much logical as it is in a water sign, but this growth is encouraging us to be more open to emotional trust, receptivity, and a willingness to receive. Ceres will also be in conjunction with Mercury to amplify the theme of nourishment, protection, emphasis on motherhood and ancestral memory. So this alignment will feel like we're more connected to that ancient feminine, that matriarchal wisdom that we have that's been breaking out here and there and pretty much everywhere, especially with Chiron and Taurus. Is definitely going to bring up being more resonant with the earth and what she needs and what's required of her with us in our relationship to earth. But this conjunction also with Ceres is awakening a deeper emotional and spiritual instinct that we naturally have to be protective. As Ceres is going to be at that Sirius star, is going to be sitting there at 12 degrees, which is a degree away from Ceres, where we have the Stargate in the summer. So again, this is us focusing on our spiritual nourishment, that higher connection to what we may call our spiritual mother, our spiritual son, getting that intuitive download on what are we being called to initiate. I also have here with that energy squaring off with the Aries conjunction. Again, these are two initiates coming into a clash to ask us to take the step forward. Not only do we feel compelled to move, but Aries is always going to be asking us with Saturn, what structures is supporting your growth to move in this direction? And Neptune is going to ask you, what spiritual vision are you actually serving? Is it the illusion that you were given, or is it an illusion that were given to you that doesn't align with you? And then the moon being here is going to also be asking us the emotional needs that must be honored in order for us to feel safe to allow ourselves to this emotional initiation. And the ancestral activation is aligning us to call upon our guides, our intelligent, the most skilled to help us build a stronger life and foundation. They're here to help us sharpen through the experience. Yes, it will be challenges, but it's not, a challenge is not punishment, it's just refinement. So this is a great time to ask our higher power, higher selves, or whatever you want to call it, to align us to that emotional wisdom to take decisive action. And Cancer energy, again, is emphasizing receptivity. Okay, receptivity. Gemini is masculine air, so there's going to be a lot of action about outputting. But that Venus and Jupiter conjunction, both of them being representative of receptivity, is going to remind us that we can receive. Sometimes we might feel like the biggest risk emotionally is receiving from other people, receiving love, receiving support, compliments, opportunities, some form of abundance. And having genuine, sincere care can be a big emotional risk for a lot of people nowadays. And the reward of you choosing to go into that emotional vulnerability is the reward of expansion of that sincere care, love, and support. Okay, so kind of like want to go, I don't want to be too long, but this is an opportunity for us to quantum leap, spiritually speaking, do an avatar upgrade, timeline shift, commit emotionally, not just physically, but also commit emotionally to doing things a certain way, not going back. And the seal of that commitment will be brought up on the full moon Capricorn. That's going to come up at the end of the month as well. So June is a cornucopia of blessings, opportunities, energetic doorways being open. So this conjunction with Venus and Jupiter is asking us to expand in love through emotional authenticity. Receiving is just as important as giving. They're equal. Okay.
Yes.
Ancestors, guides, higher wisdom,
Yeah.
they feel unusually more present than ever. Okay. Yeah. I've had a lot of bumps in my home recently. And I always like, hey, if you ain't a love and light, you gotta go. And it's still here. So obviously I know who it is. But structures are going to be rebuilt to support our growth. And it's going to be a collective shift with the masculine energy. I'm already seeing a lot of people at a distance being more receptive to a divine masculine, speaking up and being present. That's a part of healing the feminine energy as well. So lots more of that, more commitment, partnerships, and life directions are being taken. Venus is not necessarily a committal type of relationship. It does go into all relationships, but Jupiter is about divine contracts as well. Yes. So that is something that will also be highlighted during this conjunction.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Next up, we got June 15th, Gemini new moon. The Gemini new moon arrives as a reset of thought, language, and perception, opening a corridor where the mind sheds outdated narratives and receives a new pattern of intelligence. This lunation clears mental static and activates a sharper, faster, more multidimensional way of processing reality. Gemini's air lifts the collective into curiosity, adaptability, and strategic awareness, creating a field where ideas move quickly and connections form with precision. The Gemini new moon invites you to release rigid thinking and step into a more fluid, inventive mental identity. Every conversation becomes a catalyst, every insight becomes a doorway, and every choice becomes a signal to the universe about the direction you are ready to claim. This lunation prepares the field for the rapid movement that follows later in the month as Mars enters Gemini and accelerates the pace. The Gemini new moon marks the moment where the mind opens, the path shifts, and the next chapter begins through clarity rather than force. What you got, Archangel? What you got on the new moon?
June 15th will be, my daughter is gonna be 14 on the 14th, so pray for me, y'all.
Happy
The
birthday.
new moon Gemini, this is new information that's going to create new choices. So after that beautiful blessing of a portal with Jupiter and Venus conjuncting, we'll be receiving that emotional download now requires understanding as well as application. The new moon is going to invite questions, conversations, discoveries, revelations, a catalyst for our new chapter of growth and maturity. And the thing about Gemini energy or Gemini in general is it's all about curiosity. That's what's going to open the doors that being sure or certain never really could. And with Chiron at the final degree 29 Aries during this time, that Chiron point is going to feel like a graduation about healing old identity wounds that have surfaced in the past. Now we have the ability to, continue to learn in our growth. Now that we've gone through tests of self-leadership and self-trust, we can also start to ask questions as far as like, who are we now that that old story no longer identifies who we are, and the healing that comes with it from being authentically ourselves instead of trying to become someone else. And with that, reality meets vision. So Neptune continues to dissolve outdated fantasies or idealized versions of the past of who we thought we were. And Saturn continues to demand structure, accountability, and tangible actions. So the chart kind of looked like it almost was a trapezoid, but not quite exact with the degree. But those 4 points, which brings out stability, foundation, and manifestation, the universe is looking to allow us to build something that can actually last. And the emphasis is going to be placed from something being a possibility to actually being constructed to last for a long time. I also was getting this new moon being like post the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, like when you come back from honeymoon and now your wife has to go back to work or go back to whatever she was doing. It's like you still have that giddiness, that same excitement, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but I got to get back into the field though. Like I got to get back focused though. So allow that, loving, caring, nurturing energy to pour into your inspirations of maintaining your maintenance, maintaining those commitments you already had in place, stabilizing the relationships you already have, the finances you already have, the creative projects you already have entered to, allow them to go to their next stage of development as well. And Venus will be in Leo, so during this new moon as well, Leo and Gemini are always BFFs. Mercury is never too far from the sun. So this is an opportunity with Venus and Leo in the new moon Gemini to start, sharing some ideas that you may have. I could also see like going out doing karaoke or like just going to do something sporadic and small, but still simple to allow you to express that passion of self-expression and allow the curiosity of not knowing exactly how it's all going to go, but you're aligned with the energy of, fun, creativity, laughter, inspiration. It's going to automatically magnetize you to those things one by one, the more you push yourself into it. So yeah, this is a great time for spiritual creative awakening, pineal gland and dream activation as well with the Mars and Mercury sextile. Taurus is forcing us to focus on those resources, possessions, and long-term growth during this new moon Gemini as well. So those plans start to become way more cemented because Mercury in Cancer is like, yes, I want to get these possessions. Yes, I want to build this empire. However, I'm still connected to focus on my roots, the family or the legacy that I also want to build as well. And there's going to be more opportunities for ideas and how we can construct things that way, if that's what you're looking for. That family wealth and legacy is something that's going to be real It's going to feel real. It's going to feel closer. It's going to feel like you can almost taste it and touch it with your hands with Mars and Taurus at 20 degrees. So yeah, initiation through memory, financial themes emerging beyond romance, and learning to learning to do things before you choose to participate in them. Gemini rewards the willingness to study, understand, and learn something and just go for it. And again, Saturn requirement is going to have us looking at those new ideas, making sure they pass through the filters of structure, discipline, legality, and sustainability.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, we're moving on to the 19th, and we have a three-parter for the 19th. So part one of the movement is we're going to expand on the Chiron into Taurus ingress. Chiron enters Taurus and reveals the wounds connected to stability, safety, and the embodied worth. This ingress exposes the fractures within your relationship to value and guides you towards a slower, grounded form of healing that restores inner security. Taurus demands presence, patience, and truth, creating a field where healing becomes structural rather than emotional. Chiron's arrival invites you to rebuild your foundation through devotion to your own worth. Let me repeat that. Chiron's arrival invites you to rebuild your foundation through devotion to your own worth. This ingress strengthens your capacity to hold abundance and prepares the collective for deeper alignment. What you got, Archangel? Did you cover this already, or you got something?
That was all you.
Okay. We good? We're gonna move to movement number 2 then. Movement number 2, June 19th, summer solstice, 2026 portal opening. The summer solstice opens a portal of illumination, renewal, and ancestral clarity. The light reaches its peak and reveals the architecture of your emotional and spiritual identity. This portal stabilizes the heart, strengthens intuitive perception, and aligns your inner world with your external path. The solstice acts as a cosmic reset that clears outdated emotional patterns and restores coherence. This opening marks a turning point where purpose becomes visible and direction becomes undeniable. The solstice prepares the field for the expansion that follows later in the month. I know you got something for this. No? Okay.
I told you had to open the gateway for the solstice.
I got it. Movement number 3. How the solstice influences the Jupiter into Leo ingress. The solstice creates the emotional and spiritual foundation required for Jupiter's arrival in Leo. This portal stabilizes the heart so Jupiter can expand your radiance without distortion. The solstice clears emotional residue and strengthens inner confidence, allowing Jupiter to amplify your leadership, creativity, and visibility. When Jupiter enters Leo, it builds upon the clarity revealed at the solstice and elevates your soul's journey's current path. The solstice becomes the anchor that ensures Jupiter's expansion expresses through authenticity rather than performance. And we will have a special solstice portal opening broadcast. And what we want to focus in on that broadcast, and I want you guys to focus in on, is everything about yourself that you haven't released. Everything you don't like about yourself that you haven't released, you haven't confronted. I got some things about myself that are, if somebody else would look at them, that probably are not the most productive things. However, I like that part of me. So I don't, I used to go through this thing about releasing the part of me that doesn't give a fuck. I've said mantras and drank tinctures and done meditations and done astral projection and astral travel, and even asked my two guides, Metatron and Thoth, what can y'all do to take this not giving a fuck away from me? And the only thing that them two brothers ever said to me was, that's the best part of you, player. That's the best part of you. So what I'm talking about is the last summer solstice, I gave up my love affair with pale ale beer. The last solstice, I also gave the self of me that still trusted a doctor. So that's what I'm talking about for this summer solstice. Pieces of you you don't like about yourself, but you haven't released them. Yeah. I released the self of me that was in love with Swedish fish and red licorice. The candy, it's not even candy, it's dark chocolate covered caramel with sea salt. All that shit is natural. Sea salt is natural, caramel is natural, chocolate is natural. No sugar added to none of it. None. In fact, I add salt to it. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The part, the self in me that had closed himself off for love, intimacy, male to female type of union and companionship. Oh yeah, I kicked his ass, kicked him in the ass. Fuck up out of here, dude. I didn't come to be by myself. I didn't come to end up by my fucking self. Of course, I got all of you. Yeah, that's wonderful and lovely. And I'm being sincere. I'm not blowing smoke up y'all's butts. I'm being sincere. However, I did not come to check out alone. I appreciate the duality of 3D. I do. So think about the pieces of you you haven't released. And if you don't like those pieces, then it should be easy. If you like them, it should be easier. All right. Another movement we got going on here. My favorite. Whenever I see this, I'm like, yeah, because I'm one of the 40% of folks that was born during the Mercury retrograde. June 29th, Mercury retrograde. Mercury stations retrograde and returns the mind to the degree where Venus and Jupiter joined earlier in the month, reopening the abundance codes through reflection rather than acceleration. This retrograde does not confuse the field. It clarifies the truth that was revealed on June 9th and brings the mind into alignment with the heart's earlier awakening. Thoughts slow, perception deepens, and communication becomes a mirror that reveals intention with absolute precision. This retrograde restores coherence and prepares the collective for structural integration. What you got, Archangel?
Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait for that. I'm grateful for retrogrades now. During this time period, leading up to it with the conjunction with Mars and Jupiter in Gemini, this is gonna be a time where a lot of people might start to react before they fully understand situations. A lot of rumors and speculations can move faster than the actual facts may be able to. So discernment is going to be extremely valuable at this time. A lot of younger generations and influencers will be putting together big broadcasts of their ideas to change collective conversations and new ways of thinking. Will start gaining more momentum. So this Mercury retrograde is going to be great for us reminding ourselves that we don't have to carry like the weight of past mistakes. And it's more about the old lessons that really helped us to deeper integrate what we were here on a mission to really do. The past experiences revealed new meaning to us during this retrograde as a memory retrieval. Some skills that we once used to see as being insignificant might actually reveal their true purpose in our lives. And those memories are going to resurface, dreams become more vivid. What forgotten insights can return, information that was once unavailable becomes accessible. This retrograde is a great time for us to ask, like, what was the moment in your life where you knew things just changed for you? And what lesson began the current path that you're on? And what gift was first awakened within you? Like, what was the first time that you realized, like, yo, I'm really her, or like I'm really him. Like I really have a gift. I really have a talent that only the divine could have placed in me, and I'm aware of it. Like, what took place in your mind, and revisiting that with the Cancer energy on the emotional front, because the feeling. What Neville Goddard said, it's the secret is in the feeling of it. You want to tap back into that. So yeah, this retrograde, up until really going into Leo season, is gonna give us the ability to kind of like run it back, like really thinking about like the birth. Cancer is connected to birthing. So really think about the birth of your energy when you realize like this is your moment, or this is a moment of a lesson that's going to change the rest of your life. Like the trajectory of your life is going to be so different now. How does that make you feel? Like on a deep inner, like bone marrow level, like deep level, like all up in them guts. Like, how does it
Part
feel?
of the soul level, yes.
Shout out to D'Angelo. Like really connect this Mercury retrograde. I'm down for it. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Thank you, Archangel. And if, in case that wasn't enough, same day, Cancer full moon, 26 degrees. The Cancer full moon rises at 26 degrees and illuminates the emotional architecture that has shaped the year so far. This lunation exposes what the heart has carried in silence and reveals the truth of your inner foundations. The light reaches into memory, ancestry, and the hidden chambers of emotional identity. This Cancer full moon completes the cycle that began at the solstice and strengthens the protective field around your soul's journey. Revelation becomes nourishment. Emotional clarity becomes power. The heart becomes the source of direction. What you got, Archangel, what you got?
Okay, so forgive me if I'm just hearing things, but it sounded like you was talking about the new moon Cancer that's coming up.
Yes. Sorry. Did I say full?
Yeah, you said full or something like is he?
Oh no, it's the new. Hey. Yeah, I misread that. Right.
All in the future.
Yeah.
All in the future.
Yes, I misread that, but go right ahead.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh yes. But looking at this, June 30th is going to be the full moon Capricorn at 8 degrees. So what controls you is going to be exposed. The full moon in Capricorn acts like a spotlight. It is showing us something that's hidden that needs to become visible. Now, a commitment may reach a point of accountability where you can no longer question what you want, or there's no more questions about what something actually is. The question is what you actually have been building and actually, I guess, built. So the Capricorn mirror here, Capricorn governs structure, authority, government, responsibility, achievement, long-term commitments. With the full moon exposing where we have invested our energy, it's going to reveal to us what we are truly serving or what has become an idol to us. And it reveals what we feel we cannot live without. Now, if it does become a point of idolatry, of course, we definitely want to look at a lot of people might be putting a celebrity at this time on a huge pedestal. Like, oh my God, they got all these accolades and this, that, and the third. But the full moon may bring to light what needs to be exposed about this person that might take away all of those accolades that people, feel that deserves them to be excused from bad behavior. But on a personal level, on a more opposition to the Cancer conjunction level, there might be things in our life that we feel like we cannot live without. And we want to ask ourselves, what am I emotionally dependent upon? What habits control my choices? What relationship dictates my emotional state? What belief system am I afraid to actually challenge within myself? And what am I giving my power to when I choose to not change course? So all of these can definitely be coming up during this full moon. With the trine with Venus to Saturn, a fire trine, a lot of commitments can be easy to do. But again, when you get into this commitment or you start this new cycle, what is it that you truly, truly want from this commitment? Venus forms a trine to Saturn right before the full moon. So we can feel the rewards of consistency. We'll feel the reward of discipline. We'll feel the reward of what our commitment is actually building for us. And leadership will notice. So if this has to do with anybody working a job or anybody working in tandem with someone who is overseeing something, you will be noticed for all the work that you've done. Authority, whether it's a high spiritual authority or even a physical authority, always going to put trust in those who demonstrate reliability over time. And recognition comes through integrity. You don't have to force it. And you become undeniable through your consistency. With with Lilith also being in another fire sign, which is Sagittarius, this adds a little zazzle or spedazzle or I want to say fury, rage, but it adds a little more desire for that freedom of authenticity, longing to stop performing for a few approval and just do it because it's just in you. Spirit is leading you to do it. Absolutely. And that's where it's going to come. It's like, okay, I see this person is doing A, B, and C, and they've been on point with A, B, and C. They've been consistent, not perfect, but consistent. So the longing to express oneself, you're no longer shrinking. You're no longer afraid to express your truth and feel like you got to apologize for it. Still working on that. But you chose to stay committed to what matters the most, and authenticity is what created the magnetism to give you what it is you want. So when the full moon has its apex, you're going to be the one that's chosen versus someone who chose fear and illusion, versus someone who have not been practicalizing putting themselves in a sense of protection, knowing mentally all is well and only works out for my favor, versus those who feel like they can't really have what they want. So they go through manipulative ways to get attention instead of just keeping it real. Imagination can become attached to fear if we allow it. We have to remind ourselves that we're more than capable than what our fears may suggest. We want to remind ourselves that we are protected. We do have the ability to make new choices, and we can survive what is uncertain by trusting our own inner judgment. Regardless of what public narratives or social pressure may be forcing us to question within ourselves, but people may actually start taking note of what's going on in the world and start asking, like, is this really what this is? Is this actually true? Or is this something that I've been conditioned to fear instead of allow to take place? And with the cooperation of the North Node encouraging us to put more trust, faith, intuition into ourselves, and the South Node encouraging us to move from over-analysis or over-control and perfectionism, we can learn a lot of lessons in not manipulating every single outcome, not forcing every relationship, not trying to control how people perceive us. What you can control is your effort, your honesty, your commitments, what you choose to commit to and how you give energy to that commitment, and most of all, your character. So what's going to be visible during this full moon is the wound of recognition can be healing. Visibility can be healing. Being acknowledged can be healing. The trap lies in when it becomes addictive. When admiration becomes a need rather than a gift, that's when people start to suffer. So this full moon in Capricorn, 8 degrees, a scorpionic degree, of course, is going to allow us to question, like, where are we allowing true growth, or where are we trying to force growth in our lives? Manipulations will ask you to stay. It's asking to be approved. It's asking for validation. It's asking you not to leave. But there will be situations in our life that is authentic, which will ask you, who am I? What did I create? What am I offering? And the choice is always ours and the others. So it will highlight respecting other people's time, their freedom, their soul decisions, not getting in the way of other people's karma. That's going to be also big this full moon in Capricorn. It's not meant to expose what's wrong with you, but it will expose what you've been giving your power to. And once you see it, you can't unsee it differently.
All right. Y'all have just listened to Mastered Self Astrology on the 7 Broadcast Network, where Archangel Elenia brings celestial clarity, spiritual precision, and cosmic alignment to every listener. She reads the sky as a living intelligence, guiding you through planetary movements, energetic shifts, and the deeper meaning behind your timing. This is where astrology becomes activation for your path in every season today. Archangel, let us know how we can get in contact with you, please.
Yes, you can reach me through email at iamluminescent@gmail.com. I decided to join Gym Pop and get back. I was told to get back on social media. So you can find me, Elenia Williams, on Facebook, and Instagram, of course, at iamluminescent. And I love the Twitter sphere. So you can also reach me on Twitter at the same handle, at iamluminescent. If you can't find that, it's going to say Archangel Elenia, just the same on YouTube, Archangel Elenia. Thank you.
You're welcome. June 2026 will complete its work through revelation, expansion, and structural alignment. The month will expose the truth within your emotional foundation, illuminated the architecture of your choices, and expanded the pathways that match your authentic frequency. Every ingress, every lunation, and every portal will work together to refine your identity and strengthen your capacity to hold abundance. June 2026 will reveal what supports your soul's journey and what drains your power. June 2026 will deliver clarity through intuition, confidence through expression, and direction through structural truth. The directive is simple and absolute. Walk forward with the identity that emerges through revelation and release every structure that cannot hold your frequency. June 2026 will leave you with a foundation that can support your rise and a soul's journey that aligns with your highest expression. June 2026 begins with one command: stand in truth and expand through alignment. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. Your mastered self awaits you. Zen Uru, Zen Uru, Zen Uru. And now we open up the floor. Any comments, any concerns, any questions about June 2026, about the summer solstice portal, about the Gemini new moon? Thanks for correcting me about that full moon at the end. I'm all good with being corrected. If I said some wrong shit, I said some wrong shit. Correct my ass. What? Yeah, so the floor is open. How's everybody? We got any questions, any comments, any follow-ups for Archangel? Anybody want to go right ahead, Lady D?
Hi there, thank you.
You're welcome.
My question is this. My Chiron is in Cancer. So how does that affect me with it sounds like that would intensify my situation. I was writing notes. I can't read my damn notes.
Are you referring to the Cancer placement conjunction or Chiron moving into Taurus?
Chiron moving into Taurus.
Okay, cool. So Cancer and Taurus create a sextile, which is an opportunity energetically speaking. So we're just going to basically look at it as you have an opportunity with all you've been able to heal thus far and make as a strength. You're going to use that natal Chiron Cancer to create opportunities where you can create more sustainability, more self-respect, as well as more money or physical or material possessions. You can generate more by choosing to confront those moments or periods or ideas where your self-respect or your self-esteem or even your values, your personal values are going to be questioned. And it's not the question to say that you deserve less. It's a question to say why you don't deserve more. So it's going to be opportunities where you're going to be able to step in and say, yes, I deserve this too.
Mm-hmm.
And I deserve that too. And it's going to be a good opportunity just to learn how to grow into that, because it's only going to expand. It's only going to grow because it became your superpower. So now those moments where maybe you couldn't get in because of funds, maybe you couldn't do this change because of like status, material status. Now you're going to be able to recognize that that doesn't matter. What you're made of is what matters. That's going to be your ticket to get what you want. Having the vision, having the guidance, and having the consistency, because Taurus is a very stable and consistent energy too. So it's going to keep bringing you opportunities to expand in your value. how you value yourself and how you see your value, especially spiritually, because Taurus is very spiritual too.
That's really rich. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, that's
Welcome.
deep.
You're welcome. Anybody else? I want to just say and give a shout out, a personal, non-scripted, non-station identification, advertisement type of shout out to Archangel Alania. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for being prepared. Appreciate you for committing and you know, taking control of this shit. And what you did today, yeah. See, I appreciate a reader that can just spit some shit off the cuff, man. Don't have to go, wait a minute, let me go look at my book real quick, or wait, hold on, give me 5 minutes and I'm gonna consult us. Yeah, no, yeah. What you did today, yeah, what you did today, I'm blown the fuck away. What you, Archangel, did today, off the cuff, just off the cuff, you know, that's what we are about here at On the Sevens. We don't need no preparatory. We're not no fucking 2-book gurus and give me your information and I'll contact you in 72 hours. Yeah, I'll fuck all of that. No. So Pythias B. Metatron, is shouting out you, Archangel Elenia. Well done today. Well done. Well fucking done. Anybody else? Ryan, you got anything before I shuffle off here today?
I don't. It was a great show. I appreciate everybody. You guys did great work, and I look forward to the next broadcast.
All right, my brother. All right.
I just want to say thank you for the confirmation from my grandmother.
Absolutely.
And actually, I know she's aware of this, but what she did, she was just channeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. So I picked up on that. So
I saw
yeah.
exactly when it happened. Yeah.
Yep, she sure did.
Yeah, I saw when they dropped right in top. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you for the confirmation.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Anybody else? Miss Archangel, you want to say anything before I sign off, love?
Yeah, thank you guys so freaking much. Like, so seriously. I'm really grateful that we have this going on. Like, this is really like how do I this? It is like a opening of a portal of like rainbow and glitter just
Absolutely.
pouring out of my heart space every time we're here. So I appreciate it. Thanks.
Absolutely. We appreciate you too. We appreciate you. Thank you and care about you. And yeah. Very, very, very grateful to have you on the team.
You did that, girl.
Yes, you did, didn't she? How you doing, Tanya?
I am well. Sorry for my tardiness.
No apologies
You know,
necessary. And
I be in hustle mode.
whenever you show up at On the Sevens, you show up right on time. You ain't no one ever late. Y'all all show up right on time. Yeah.
I agree. And I receive everything. Thank you.
You're welcome. Always welcome. Always. All right. This has been On the Sevens, Master Self Astrology, where we come to awaken to our master self, ascend with our evolving soul, and expand our consciousness mind. We are thankful and grateful for each and every one of you for your support and encouragement. Please continue to keep On the Sevens Master Self Astrology a part of your soul's journey as your mastered self awaits you. Let me leave you with this. As above, so below. As within, so without. As of the cosmos, so in your soul core level. It is so, it is so. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. Until we gather again, goodbye for now. I am Pythias B. Metatron on the sevens, signing off. Zen Uru, Zen Uru, Zen Uru. Keep your eyes out for the next email. We will have some sort of broadcast next week, even if it's just me on here talking. We'll be doing something. So watch out for the emails. Love and appreciation.